Okay, in today's video I'm going to go over another trade setup and trigger for those of you who still don't know how to trigger yourself into trades. This is a NASDAQ 5-minute chart. It was one of the setups that was available in the main trading room today. So, you know, this is not after the fact, this actually occurred. And it came in from, well, it started with this shift in pattern from lower lows and lower highs to, you know, some higher highs and higher lows. Once that occurred, I wanted to set up the pullback. Now, as far as pullbacks are concerned, you know, I'm going to run all the price relationships, but I probably mostly use symmetry and the retracements of the prior swings. So in this case, for example, I took this swing over here and projected it from here 100%. I also took this swing, high to low, and then projected it from here. That came in a little bit lower. Then I also had the retracement. So there was a retracement of one swing, the 618, and then there was the 618 retracement of the larger swing, and that came in a little bit lower. And prior to that, we did break, there was some slightly higher support. It didn't hold, it didn't trigger an entry. But when you test a zone and hold, you go down to the lower time frame chart to look for a trigger. So here's an example, you know, that you made the low at 69.97. This is what a 144 tick chart looks like. Okay, so here's where you made the low into that support decision. And where's the trigger? Well, you can see on the left-hand side of the chart, it's a bearish pattern of lower lows and lower highs. But then it shifted, you know, it started to shift, and we've taken out a prior swing high. And also, we had the moving average crossover. I like to use the 834 EMA crossover on my intraday charts for a trigger. So when we did that, and we also, if you look to the left, took out a prior swing high, then, you know, you can enter the trade. So that was about right around the 70.05 area. Okay. So let's say that's where an entry would have been. Where was your stop at that point? Well, your stop could have been placed right underneath this low, okay, or underneath the low end of the zone. So the actual low was 69.97. And you can see that, you know, after that trigger, it did give you a really nice healthy rally. Now, I never know if it's going to play out or not. Okay, there are some times where you're going to get a trigger here, and it's going to stop you out right here. Okay, but there are plenty of times where this does work, this pattern that I run over and over and over again. And in this case, it did hit and hold this zone. It did trigger an entry on a 144 tick rather quickly, and there was a huge rally. You got two targets on the upside. This was 79.5 points in the NASDAQ. Okay, so let's see, the target would have been, the initial target was going to be the 1272 extension, which was met. The second target was the 1618 extension, which was also met, which is when I started screaming to ratchet up your stops. If by chance it continues to rally, then the next target off of that swing would come in at 7114 area. Okay, but that's how you make money with the work. Set up, go to a lower time frame chart for a trigger, and then manage the trade. You know, trail up a stop as you go.